Biodiversity investors Treeconomy says there is a huge opportunity to create a lot of jobs and a net zero economy following a stark report by nature capital firm Cultivo. Harry Grocott, co-founder of Treeconomy, exclusively told Express.co.uk how private investment from the bottom up can fight against these challenges. The report warns the global surface temperature is 1.09 C higher in the decade between 2011 to 2020 than between 1850 to 1900. But the past 5 years have been the hottest on record since 1850. And the recent rate of sea level rise has nearly tripled, compared with 1901 to 1971. At the same time, wildlife populations have, on average, declined by 60% since 1970. There is the potential for human action to cause the loss of 1 million species. While 2.3 billion people live in water-stressed countries, of which 733 million live in high and critically water-stressed countries. Treeconomy focuses on turning land use from a carbon source to a carbon sink. The investors in biodiversity and tree planting in the UK have handed the Prime Minister a plan to fight back against the crisis. Mr. Grocott believes in the need for incentives like grants to encourage investors into boosting a net zero economy. He said, stimulating a market like this quickly needs a systemic shot in the arm, so it seems unlikely that a single action would be enough. However, the UK does actually have a good precedent for this with the offshore wind business. The UK supported offshore wind development by providing first loss capital or grants for blended finance, which basically made these investments less risky for private investors and allowed the market to take in money while it was still forming. The recent England Woodland Creation Offer (EWCO) is similar and provides grants to support with the initial creation of woodland. So that's a good start. EWCO lets landowners, land managers and public bodies can apply for funding to create new woodland. But he said the UK needs think of new ways to encourage investment too. He said the UK now has its own domestic emissions trading scheme (ETS), having left the EU ETS, but the UK ETS doesn't accept carbon offsets from woodland into the scheme. Moving to a smart, hybrid ETS that accepts high-quality offsets from woodland projects would allow a clear price signal for investors. It's also very important to ensure that there are incentive payment for more than just carbon, otherwise we end up sacrificing important biodiverse habitats. Thinking through the supply chain, we need more tree nurseries, more tree planters, more project managers, more project auditors, more ecologists, more carbon traders, more carbon accountancy firms, and more tech companies like ours to make sure we can scale. That's a lot of jobs, and importantly a lot of jobs of varying skills, so it really can act as a broad economic stimulus. Scientists have already warned that ignoring the climate crisis will yield untold suffering for humanity and even bring about the end of the world as we know it. They say that although climate change will not directly cause an extinction event, that it could play a huge role, such as by leading to food and water scarcity, which has the potential to trigger a societal collapse and set the stage for global conflict.